So after many years, I officially bought my dream car. Let's get into it.
Today, we have a 1990 BMW E34.
But I also want to go over the things that you want to look for yourself.
I decided to go with the dual clutch, and it is rear-wheel drive as all F3s. So
sounds like first drive.
And this is my 2012
and
the only thing I can even imagine Porsche 911 would be another 911.
This, my friends, is my 991.1 Porsche 911 Turbo S. It makes 700 horsepower, shoots insane flames, and I cannot wait to show it to you. But it all started a month ago. I know I've been gone for a minute, but let's catch up.
I'm officially starting to panic. I don't know why I agreed to buy all these cars. I don't know.
So I'll explain my reluctancy and frustration later in the video, but obviously flying out with a bunch of money to go spend it on an expensive car always breeds some sort of hesitation, and this is me heading to O'Hare to get on a flight to Huntsville, Alabama, of all places, to potentially secure my dream car. Once I was in Huntsville, I took the most beautiful means of transportation, met some awesome people, saw the space station, and then obviously went to the most important place to ever meet somebody for a deal, Starbucks. And we got started, and I'm going to leave that part out, but just know that, I was very happy with everything and how it transpired. Then it was time, after about 5 minutes and a 10-minute test drive of talking to the previous owner, Bill, who was an awesome guy, to head over to Nashville and get to know this car.
And just like that, I'm a proud owner of a 2014 700 horsepower 911 Turbo S. This is awesome. I have absolutely no idea how this is gonna feel. Woo. You guys know the drill. We gotta get a coffee. We got water, some greens, egg and cheddar, and a black coffee. We're set to go to Nashville. Let's go. Yummy. This car is from Marietta, Georgia, similar to my white one, which is kind of weird, but cool. Southern Porsches, I guess, is the thing that we're doing. I get my Porsches down in Georgia, whatever comments you want to make, but we're gonna take this rocket to Nashville, away from the other rockets that are a lot bigger and more expensive over there. But let's see how this thing goes, and let's pray that we have no flat tires, no check engine lights, and I hope I'm not jinxing myself, so I'll stop talking now.
This is where I just cruised and loved every minute of the new car buyer energy, which is, if you bought a new car, you understand.
All right, you guys, so we are on the road to Nashville. I'm like 100 miles in, and this car is just amazing. I know I mentioned previously the 997 Turbo was a dream car of mine in high school. I contemplated buying one of these cars so many times. When I sold my F80, I was trying, and I just couldn't swing it. It was just not, I couldn't justify it. Even if I could do it, it still didn't make sense at the time. So then I stalled, and then I bought the M4. And then when I bought the M4, after I bought an F82 M4, and then the G80, I ordered the G80, and then I sold the M4 after a while, and the G80 was the whole time I was ordered the G80, and I wanted this car. You can literally hear it in my voice. I wanted one of these cars.
I do intend on upgrading to either something like a 991 Turbo 911 or a GT3 or something of that sort.
But they were so overinflated in prices at the time. I was like, as soon as that market comes down on 991 Turbo S's, I'm going for it. For once, I'm gonna push myself. And now the market's slowly started to decline. I didn't even want to buy a car this week. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this was a definite stretch to make it comfortably happen for me. And it's surreal. The way the car looks, the way it drives, the way it sounds, they're just hitting me differently. It's wild to be able to accomplish things and make it possible, whether that means by depreciation of a car, negotiation of a deal, savings of money, building of businesses. There's times in my life where there's no chance I could even consider. And now, guys, I got a deal I'm very happy with. I'm not done. To me, I don't say this is some crowning achievement. I've had cars that are similar in value, but the fact that I own something that's so exact to what I was always thinking about. It's not like a compromise. I didn't want a Maserati or a fucking Aston Martin. I didn't want an M5. I didn't want I didn't really even want the new M3, and that's what you guys can kind of hear in my voice. This is the car for me. I know there's people online who do way crazier stuff, and that's totally cool. This is just crazy to me. All I'll say is just be consistent in whatever it is that you're doing. Of course, I don't know exactly what it is that you personally do, right? But if you stay consistent in anything, it will work. And if you're saying, okay, well, I don't know absolutely anything about what to do, and I'm in this, job I'm not really a huge fan of, I think you can stay consistent on top of the job and build. I don't know what situation you're in. All I'm saying is that there is a way out, and there is a way to achieve the things that you want to do. I've been in the self-help space, whatever, reading every book for the past probably 12, 13 years. And that's really good. Like, all these different guys, like, they're really good. There's a lot of good guys out there, obviously, now who are maybe more business-sided, like Andy Frisella, Ed Milet, Alex Hormozy, which I love, all those guys. Gonna start introducing a lot more business content on this channel, mixed in with car stuff, obviously, too. And just how to do this, how to do it right. But that's my rant for the day. We're probably crossing state lines to Tennessee. I'm gonna do a night in Nashville right now with my girlfriend, Michelle. So, you guys are awesome. Catch up with you in a little bit.
The valet, for the first time ever, let me keep the car outside, and I'm not gonna lie, One Hotel Nashville was amazing. Spent the night in Nashville. Now we're leaving the hotel. Gonna hit up the Gibson garage, which is gonna be awesome, and drive home. Let's go.
So now that we've got this car back in Chicago and we've got some miles on it, I'm super excited to show you the ins and outs of it, do some amazing things with it, and just have a lot of fun with it. Now, this car I bought to put mileage on, like I said, and to have some fun with. I didn't think it was actually gonna come this quick. That's actually because I got a random offer on the 997.2 Turbo S. I had no intentions of selling it, and then when I went to go look for a replacement, I found this car and I freaked out because I was like, man, this car is literally perfect. The reason I was frustrated at the beginning of this video was because that guy turned out to be a scammer. I had to pony up the cash to buy this car and keep the other one, and then also keep everything else and pull everything off. So now, if you notice, I'm a little bit happier because I actually did end up selling the 997.2 Turbo for a little bit less than I paid for this car, about a $15,000 difference, which is pretty reasonable as an upgrade for this car. And that was realistically my plan the whole time. Now, I didn't really expect it to happen so soon, but it did. So I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna show you guys outside why this car is so beautiful, why it's so special, and let's get into it. All right, you guys, so as you can see, it is lovely fall in Chicago. We have the perfect car for it. It's my 2014 911 Turbo S that I picked up from Alabama. Road trip back here, as you guys saw, and it is finally here. It's got 53,000 miles on it now. I bought it with 51,000 miles, and it's been an absolute joy to own so far. This is actually the end goal. This is the car that I've wanted for a very, very, very long time, and it just fits a lot of the things that I want in a car. It's twin turbo, all-wheel drive. It's a 911 Turbo S, exactly the car that I've always wanted, and it's very creature comfortable. It's got a really nice sound system, very easy to daily drive, and it makes an amazing amount of power. And I've always loved the way these look, especially when they're modified. So let's go look around the car and show you guys a little bit more. And starting at the front, we'll probably won't notice, but it's fully clear bra. Full stealth clear bra on the front. Which is nice. It helps all the chips and whatnot from not getting there. And I'm actually planning on doing it on the rest of the car, which I'll show you guys in a second as to why I'm gonna do that and how I'm gonna do that. So right down here, you'll see it's got the K40 radar system in the front on both right here, and then in the back as well. It's some kind of radar laser jammer system. I think it's around $4,000 or $5,000 new to install it. So I'm glad I didn't have to do that myself. It's got the 4-point headlights, the better ones from Porsche. The sticker on this car was about $190,000 when it was brand new. So right here, we've got 20-inch Rohana wheels. I think they're like FX7 or something like that. But eventually, it will be nice to put some HREs on this car. I just have to find them. And as you guys can see, you've got the Turbo S designation right here. And this side profile will lead you to something that I actually hate about the car, in a way, and it's these aftermarket side skirts. So you might look at these side skirts and say, I like the way they look, and you might be right, it makes it a little wider, but something about it gives me these old school 996 cheap body kit vibes, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. And on top of that, they're slightly damaged. There's a scratch right here, and they're just kind of like chipped and whatever. Somebody clear brought them, but anyways, there's silicone on the car. I'm planning on taking them off, and that leads me to what I was mentioning earlier about the clear bra, which is that the clear bra was done up to here. So when I take off these side skirts, there's gonna be, which I've already have done once to notice what's actually underneath here, is that this whole portion of paint is not gonna be clear bra any longer. So I'm planning to re-clear bra this whole entire panel, the trunk, and obviously, or the rear bonnet, whatever you wanna call it, and then the rear bumper and the rest of the car, the doors. So then this whole car is covered in Expel Stealth, so I can breathe a little bit better. I don't really care who washes it then because it's not washing the paint, and I don't really care if they scratch Expel because it's self-healing, yada, 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 all the good stuff. We've got, obviously, the Turbo S designation with a little yellow Turbo S badge. I'm not really a super big fan of how they did this, but I think it looks cool because the little yellow accents on the car. Obviously, you can see my plate. Media, I didn't bring this one with me as you guys saw in the video, but I think the black looks very cool. And then you guys can see the Armytrix full catback exhaust, and underneath we've got full Armytrix headers as well. With the 991, I've always loved the clear taillights, but this car doesn't have them. It's got some smoke taillights, which actually kind of fit the car well, but I ended up buying a brand new set of clear taillights yesterday from Porsche of downtown Chicago. They're awesome guys over there, and I'm gonna try and see how those look on there and go from there. So you guys let me know in the comments if you like clear taillights. I personally think they look pretty awesome, and if not, I'll just put these ones back on. It wasn't the biggest investment in the world. I absolutely love how this car looks with the wing up. It's got the retractable front and rear spoiler. As you guys can see up there, the rubber spoiler, that's really good with absorbing different things that you might hit. Now we're gonna have a lot of fun with this car. It spits the most beautiful flames out of the exhaust, and I'm really excited to show you guys them. But I wanted to kind of wrap this video up to show you kind of all the things that are amazing about this car. I mean, that's just the outside. Obviously, we've got the Porsche carbon ceramic brakes that come on every Turbo S. On the inside, we've got the GT3 RS steering wheel with the yellow center stripe. We've got a little yellow thing here. I actually have to replace that because, I don't know, it's a little janky. Obviously, we've got the integrated radar in the front and all that good stuff. We got to replace this with a car mount for sure because it is just annoying, because look at what happens here is that the cup holder does not let you completely retract it. So obviously you need to buy a car mount, www.carmounts.com, karmounts.com. Buy one and support the channel. Well, with that being said, guys, I want to thank you so very much for watching and supporting the channel. I promise to bring you guys very, very consistent videos, not only with this car, but many, many others. And I'm very excited to bring this to the channel to show you guys what's possible if you just keep grinding and keep moving forward to your goals. So with that being said, guys, like this video if you like it, dislike it if you do not. You can follow me on Instagram @Sulkar Media for all the behind the scenes goodness. Once again, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.